Las Vegas is known for spectacle, bright neon lights, nonstop entertainment, and events that feel bigger than life itself. But even in a city built on glitz and over-the-top experiences, Sin City Anime refuses to blend in. It's not trying to be another copy-paste mega convention where fans shuffle through massive halls, snap a few pictures, and leave exhausted. This is something entirely different, a fan-built sanctuary where the energy feels personal, the community feels tight-knit, and every hallway feels alive with creativity. This convention isn't about chasing numbers, it's about curating experiences. Every detail feels intentional. You'll see this in the carefully crafted panel lineup, the intimate lounges, and even the way the floors are mapped out to make exploration fun, rather than overwhelming. It's the kind of place where you can wander from a maid cafe to a late-night gaming tournament without ever leaving the building. For longtime anime fans, it feels like a nostalgic reminder of what smaller, fan-driven cons used to be like, while still offering the polish and professionalism of a modern convention. What makes Sin City Anime even more fascinating is how it blends Vegas spectacle with grassroots fandom. There's a certain magic in watching a cosplayer dressed as an armored knight walk past a blackjack table, or seeing anime fans spill into hotel restaurants late at night, their wigs and props turning heads. It's not just a convention, it's a full-on cultural collision, and it makes for an experience you'll never get at a sterile expo hall. But this event isn't just about visuals. It's built on a philosophy that conventions should serve the community first. That's why so many people describe it as a safe space or a sanctuary for anime fans. This is where you'll see volunteer staff greeting attendees by name, local anime clubs getting recognition, and creators being celebrated in a way that feels genuine. Sin City Anime isn't trying to be the biggest, it's trying to be the best for its audience. And once you understand that fan-first mentality, everything else about the convention starts to make sense. From the way the mascot ties the entire theme together to the surprising level of detail in its programming, Sin City Anime is proof that a convention doesn't need to be massive to feel legendary. But to understand why fans feel so attached to this event, you need to know about its beating heart, its dedication to community. If you've been to a massive convention before, you know the drill. You wait in endless lines, fight through crowds, and hope you catch a glimpse of your favorite panel before security waves you on. It's exciting, sure, but it's also impersonal. Sin City Anime flips that formula entirely. Instead of building a brand around size or hype, this convention has built its identity around community. From the moment you step inside, you'll notice something different. The staff here aren't just employees, they're fans. First, many are local anime club leaders, longtime cosplayers, and gaming enthusiasts who volunteered to make this event feel welcoming. That's by design. The convention's organizers wanted Sin City Anime to feel like a fan gathering first. Business second. They've created an environment where newcomers feel just as important as longtime attendees, and it shows in every detail. This is also one of the few conventions that actively encourages local fan groups to get involved. Anime clubs, cosplay teams, and gaming communities are given opportunities to host their own panels and meetups. It's not about gatekeeping or exclusivity. It's about creating a weekend that feels like it belongs to the entire fandom. Even volunteers are treated like VIPs, with perks and recognition that make working behind the scenes feel just as rewarding as attending. For families and younger fans, the convention has worked hard to be accessible and safe. Kids under 10 get in for free, which is rare for an event of this scale. Parents can explore the vendor hall without breaking the bank, and younger attendees get to enjoy the energy of a full anime convention without the overwhelming chaos of a massive expo. For many, Sin City Anime is their first convention experience, and it's easy to see why so many return year after year. The policies reflect that same dedication to community. The convention has a strict anti-harassment policy, security staff trained to handle props and cosplay gear with care, and a culture that prioritizes respect and inclusivity. Instead of making attendees feel policed, these rules create a sense of safety that lets people fully enjoy themselves. Whether you're rocking a giant foam sword or a delicate J-fashion look, you know you're in an environment where creativity is celebrated, not criticized. But perhaps the most striking thing about Sin City Anime is its intimacy. At a convention this size, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're part of a community. Artists and vendors will remember your face, cosplayers will pose with you multiple times, and panelists might chat with you after their sessions. It's this closeness that makes the event feel more like a family reunion than a corporate event. And at the center of all this is a mascot that embodies the convention's playful fan-first energy. Let's talk about Cherry, a character who's become far more than just a logo, and a big reason why Sin City Anime feels like an experience rather than just an event. Most conventions have branding, but Sin City Anime has a heartbeat. That heartbeat is Cherry, the convention's vibrant mascot. She's not just a character slapped onto badges or banners, she's a symbol of the con's spirit. Designed with bright, playful colors and a distinctly anime-inspired style, Cherry represents everything Sin City Anime stands for. Creativity, inclusivity, and a touch of Vegas flair. She's a fan favorite, and she's become one of the most recognizable parts of the convention's identity. Cherry isn't there just for decoration, she's part of the immersive world building that makes Sin City Anime feel alive. You'll see her on signage guiding you through the Orleans Hotel, featured on exclusive merchandise, and even making appearances in person as a costumed character. Fans often line up for photos with her, and it's not hard to see why. She adds a playful personality to the event, making it feel more like stepping into an anime universe than just attending a convention. This kind of attention to atmosphere is rare. Many conventions focus solely on logistics, tables, panels, and big-name guests. Sin City Anime goes further, turning every corner of its venue into part of the experience. From themed lounges and gaming halls to panel rooms decorated with artwork, the con feels curated, not slapped together. It's one of the reasons people describe it as intimate but exciting. You're in a setting that feels personal, but it's still buzzing with energy. Even the Orleans Hotel plays into this vibe. Unlike massive convention centers that can feel cold and sterile, the Orleans offers a resort-style atmosphere. Guests can wander between panels, grab a meal at one of the many restaurants, and even hit the arcade or bowling alley, all without leaving the venue. Combine that with the bright, colorful signage and the cosplay-heavy crowd, and you get something that feels like a mini anime city inside Vegas. Cherry's presence also helps tie together the diverse mix of events. Whether you're in the vendor hall browsing fan art, attending a K-pop dance competition, or chilling in the tabletop lounge, Cherry's imagery is there, connecting everything with a sense of identity. It's a subtle touch, but it's one of the reasons Sin City Anime feels so cohesive. And the mascot isn't the only thing setting the tone. The con's programming and layout also play a major role in creating its unique vibe. Instead of forcing attendees into one massive room, Sin City Anime uses a clever interconnected design, turning the entire hotel into an interactive playground. Let's break down why this layout might be the smartest move a fan convention has ever made. Step into most convention centers and you'll notice something: they all feel the same. Sterile gray walls, fluorescent lighting, endless rows of tables. It's easy to get lost, overwhelmed, or drained before you've even made it through half the vendor hall. Sin City Anime decided to break that mold entirely by making the Orleans Hotel and Casino not just a venue but a part of the experience. Instead of cramming everything into a single, massive hall, this convention spreads its activities across 41,000 square feet of interconnected rooms and ballrooms. That number isn't just a brag, it's a design choice that creates a flow you won't find anywhere else. As you move from a cosplay competition to a gaming lounge to a panel room, you're not just walking through empty hallways, you're exploring a themed world. The organizers have turned the entire hotel into a living anime playground, where each section feels like stepping into a new part of the fandom. For cosplayers, this layout is a dream come true. The spacious hallways and open areas make it easy to navigate in elaborate costumes, and there's always a corner perfect for an impromptu photo shoot. Unlike megacons where you're constantly jostling for space, Sin City Anime offers breathing room, something that makes a huge difference for attendees in heavy armor, massive wigs, or intricate outfits. A convenience isn't just for cosplayers. The Orleans offers all the perks of a resort: multiple restaurants, a bowling alley, a full arcade, and even a movie theater. That means attendees can take real breaks between events instead of relying on overpriced food carts or waiting in endless food court lines. And because everything is under one roof, you don't have to trek outside into the Vegas streets. which is a massive bonus for anyone in cosplay or juggling merch bags. The smaller, interconnected rooms also make the con feel more personal. You're not just a face in a massive crowd, you're part of a buzzing community that moves together between events. You might run into the same people multiple times throughout the day, turning strangers into friends. It's an atmosphere that encourages connection, something fans often miss at giant conventions where everything feels rushed and impersonal. And then there's the Vegas factor. The Orleans casino setting adds a unique backdrop that no other anime convention has. Bright lights, themed decor, and the hum of Las Vegas nightlife give Sin City Anime an atmosphere that feels electric. You can step out of a panel on anime dubbing secrets and immediately find yourself surrounded by neon lights and the buzz of a casino floor. It's surreal in the best way. A reminder that this con isn't just another event, it's a destination. The venue's design also makes late-night programming shine. Karaoke rooms, after-hours lounges, and fan-hosted events don't feel tucked away. They feel like part of the heartbeat of the con. Staying on-site at the Orleans turns the whole weekend into a 24/7 anime festival where you're just as likely to run into a guest at midnight as you are during a scheduled autograph signing. This thoughtful setup isn't just a logistical choice, it's part of what makes Sin City Anime feel like a curated experience. And if the venue itself feels like a playground, wait until you see who's showing up to bring it to life. The guest lineup this year isn't just impressive, it's a statement about what this con is becoming. Every convention has celebrity guests, but Sin City Anime takes a different approach. Instead of just chasing the biggest names to sell badges, it curates a lineup that feels personal and exciting. A mix of global stars, industry veterans, and fan-favorite creators who are deeply connected to the anime community. The result? An event where every guest appearance feels like a moment, not just a marketing ploy. Take Babybeard, for example. This Japanese idol group has been making waves with their wild mix of pop vocals and heavy metal energy. Their concerts aren't just performances, they're full-blown spectacles that leave fans buzzing. Seeing Babybeard live at a con like this is the kind of experience you'll tell stories about for years, and it's proof that Sin City Anime isn't afraid to think outside the box when it comes to booking talent. Then there's Emmy Lowe, a voice actor with an impressive resume that spans anime, video games, and dubbing. At a massive convention, someone like Emmy would be buried in a massive autograph line that eats up your entire afternoon. Here, though, you're more likely to get a real interaction, maybe even a conversation. That's the magic of Sin City Anime's guest list. It's built for accessibility, not exclusivity. Cosplay stars are also a huge part of the draw. Instead of relegating them to a corner booth, Sin City Anime makes them an integral part of the experience. Cosplay guests don't just pose for pictures. They run panels, judge contests, and host workshops that let you learn their techniques firsthand. If you've ever wanted to understand how a master cosplayer builds armor from EVA foam or sculpts intricate props, this is your chance to get insider knowledge directly from the pros. But the real standout here isn't any single guest, it's the balance. Sin City Anime brings in a healthy mix of established names and rising stars, giving fans a chance to meet their heroes while also discovering creators they might not have known. Artist Alley in particular is a goldmine of original talent. Independent illustrators, enamel pin makers, and small merch vendors get prime visibility, which means you're more likely to find unique items that haven't flooded the internet yet. For collectors, this is one of the best parts of the con. And because of the con's boutique size, these encounters feel natural. You might chat with a voice actor in line for coffee, run into a cosplayer in the lobby, or bump into an artist you just bought a print from later in the gaming hall. It creates a sense of community between guests and attendees that's hard to find at megacons. Of course, this guest lineup wouldn't matter without programming that gives fans a reason to stay engaged all weekend. And Sin City Anime has built one of the most dynamic schedules you'll find anywhere, blending traditional con staples with unexpected Vegas flair. If there's one thing Sin City Anime does better than most conventions, it's variety. Instead of filling the weekend with endless panel discussions, the organizers have created a mix of events that keeps the energy high from morning until well past midnight. You're not just attending a con, you're entering a 3-day entertainment marathon designed for every kind of fan. Let's start with the cosplay competitions. These aren't quick walk the stage and wave contests. Sin City Anime's competitions are major showcases of craftsmanship and performance. Judges give detailed feedback, contestants bring their A game, and the audience gets to see some of the most creative work in the cosplay community. If you're someone who loves seeing artistry up close, this is a highlight of the weekend. Then there are the K-pop contests, a nod to the growing crossover between anime fandom and Korean pop culture. These events are electric with fan choreographies, stunning costumes, and a crowd that cheers like they're at a stadium concert. It's not something you see at every anime con, and it adds another layer of excitement to the schedule. And because this is Vegas, Sin City Anime fully embraces late-night programming. Karaoke rooms, raves, and themed lounges keep the party going after the vendor hall closes. There's even an adult lounge area for attendees who want a more mature vibe, making this convention feel more like a weekend vacation than just an event. If you're used to cons that shut down at 8 p.m., this is a whole different experience. Gaming fans aren't left out either. There's a dedicated tabletop and TCG trading card game area for competitive players, plus arcade setups with fighting games, rhythm titles, and retro classics. Whether you're there to compete in a tournament or just kill time between panels, there's always something happening. Even the panel structure feels different here. Because the venue is smaller and more intimate, panels feel like actual conversations rather than lectures. Fans get the chance to ask questions, interact with guests, and even walk away with tips or industry insights they wouldn't get at a larger event. What ties all of this together is the sense of balance. There's something for everyone, whether you're a hardcore collector, a cosplayer, a K-pop stan, or just a casual anime fan looking to experience a con for the first time. And that diversity is part of what gives Sin City Anime its staying power. It doesn't try to be a carbon copy of bigger conventions, it focuses on creating a unique identity. But beyond the events and programming, there's something deeper happening here. Sin City Anime has become more than just a con, it's a cultural safe haven where fans of all backgrounds come together to celebrate their passions, and that's what we'll dive into next. There's a reason Sin City Anime keeps coming up in conversations about the best fan conventions in the US. And it isn't just because of its location or its guests. This convention has built its reputation on something much harder to achieve: trust. Fans don't just attend Sin City Anime, they feel at home there. And that's because this event was designed from the ground up to be a safe, welcoming space for every kind of fan. The mascot Cherry plays a huge role here too. She's more than a cute face, she's a symbol of what this con stands for. Her bright colors and cheerful design are a constant reminder that this is a space built for fun, creativity, and connection. You'll see her on badges, signs, and exclusive merch, and every time you spot her, it feels like a reminder this is your world, your weekend, your fandom coming to life. It's this sense of ownership that keeps people coming back. Sin City Anime doesn't feel like an event thrown together for profit, it feels like a passion project that grew into something incredible, because fans believed in it. And that's why year after year, this con doesn't just survive, it thrives. But even if you strip away all the branding, policies, and programming, there's something even more powerful at play here. Sin City Anime represents a shift in how conventions are evolving. It's proof that smaller, curated, fan-first events can compete with massive corporate expos, and maybe even surpass them. The anime convention scene has exploded over the last decade. Some events are now so massive they rival music festivals, drawing in hundreds of thousands of people. But with that size comes chaos, long lines, endless walking, and a feeling that you're just another number in a crowd. Sin City Anime is proof that conventions don't have to be that way. It's a blueprint for the future of fan events, intimate, immersive, and genuinely community-driven. In just 5 years, this con has evolved from a small local gathering to a must-attend weekend for anime fans across the country. And it's done that without losing its soul. That's not an easy feat. Many conventions hit a growth spurt and immediately feel corporate, sterile, or overcrowded. Sin City Anime has taken the opposite approach, scaling carefully and keeping its focus on the people who made it successful in the first place: the fans. This year's expanded venue, diverse programming, and international guests are all signs that the con is growing. But it's growing the right way. It's not about becoming the biggest, it's about becoming the most memorable. If you're on the fence about attending, this is your sign. Book that hotel room, plan your cosplay, and prepare for a weekend that's going to feel more like a fan festival than a convention. Because here's the truth, conventions like this don't just happen. They're built by passionate organizers, fueled by fan creativity, and sustained by a community that believes in making the fandom space better. Sin City Anime isn't just another weekend in Vegas, it's a glimpse into what the future of anime conventions can be: safe, exciting, inclusive, and unforgettable. So when November rolls around and the Orleans transforms into a vibrant, buzzing anime hub, you won't just be walking into a convention. You'll be stepping into a fandom utopia that proves one thing: Sin City Anime is not like other conventions, and that's exactly why it's worth the trip.